Hi guys, it's Jill Blanchett with Green Thumb Stampers. I'm here for my Finally Friday video, and this week I've got a home decor item again. This one doesn't really require any stamping, just going to use some designer series paper and have a little fun getting crafty in a different kind of way. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I'm going to do. Hey there, I've got another project that I've been wanting to do and I just haven't, and while I'm cleaning up I figured I'm going to do it. So I got this at the dollar store. It's just like an MDF board. We could stain the sides of it if we wanted. I just think that with what it's made out of, it's really going to suck in a lot of the re-inker. So if you have paint or something, it would be cute to paint it white. But I don't have any of that with me. Hang on, let me go look. I might have bought paint. Hey, guess what, guys? I bought paint. Love that dollar store. So I am going to squeeze some out on a piece of cellophane I got and use my little brush, and I am going to paint my sign white first. Paint the sides like so. It might need 2 coats. We're going to see. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pause you while I do this so you don't have to wait, because I'm not good enough yet to fast forward. I'm getting there, guys. Dabbing the paint around. Still not sure how I'm going to get in the holes yet, but we'll get her done. Alright, I'm on the second coat, and it might need 3 because this either paint is, dollar store paint and it's kind of cruddy, or this piece of wood, which is not really wood, is soaking up all the paint. So I'm going to go around 2nd time and probably a 3rd time. Alright, I went around it twice, and then I just touched up areas that it was soaking in for the 3rd time, for the 3rd coat. Like I said, I just touched it up. Some of them might need a little bit more, but this is really sucking the paint in, so I am going to let it dry now. Maybe I'm going to take it over and shoot it with my heat tool so that I can get done a little bit quicker than waiting to let it dry. So let me go do that, and I'll be back again. Alright, so now I've got the whole thing painted how I want it. A little bit wet still right there. Let's smear that around. And yes, we could have gloves again, but since I'm downstairs and didn't want to go up, I don't have any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper, and I just want the L. I'm going to kind of start, well, maybe I'll stop at the E. So I'm going to put my paper down over the top, but I just got my green glue, and I'm just going to fill it all the way to the edges. Probably our Mod Podge stuff would work good. I'm going to go around all the holes. But today I'm trying the green glue. If you saw my video where I made the one I got my hands all brown, where I dyed the beads and used the frame with the napkins, you saw that I used the Mod Podge, but today I'm going to use the green glue and see how that works. So I'm just going to put this down. I want to go all the way up to the E. And again, like I said, get all the way to the edges so that it sticks down good. And I'm going to cut it off at the E, I think. And then I'm just going to lay the paper over the top. And hope that I got it on there straight. And I'm just going to push it down and let it dry a little bit. So I'm going to pause you for a moment while I let this dry so you don't have to sit here and watch the glue dry. Alright, now I just got a random pair of scissors and I'm going to cut the paper off at the E. And did it even stick? Yes, it did. I thought maybe the glue all soaked into the wood stuff like the paint did and it didn't stick. So now I'm going to just roughly, I got an old pair of scissors like I said, I'm just going to roughly trim this off. Try and stay in frame. Well, I cut these pieces away. I'm not talking, sorry. I'm concentrating to get my pieces cut away with my scissors that don't want to get in there. Like so. You see the glue all over my scissors. That was why I got my old scissors out. I'm just going to cut the rest of that off. I sure wish I knew how to fast forward on my video editing, but I'll get there. I know how to trim it. I could trim all this out. I just don't know how to fast forward it or speed it up in my video editing stuff yet. So, all right. So we got that cut off. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the E. And we'll finish putting a piece of paper down, finish this off. Well, if I was good, I would line them up, but I don't have the right spot, so we're going to line it up like this. And I'll cut it off right here. Make sure that we're sort of in a good spot there. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry, and then I will be back in a minute. I'm going to go wash my hands, get the glue off and the paint off, and I'm going to let this dry so we can sand. So now that it's dried, I've got an X-Acto knife to help, and I've got some pointy scissors to help me trim up and around all the edges that we want to cut off. Just get it the best that you can up to around the letters. The X-Acto knife will come in handy for getting inside. You can come from this side and cut. I think that's your easiest bet. Or you can find the center, poke a hole, and then just trim around the inside like so. Oops. Kind of like that, and cut your insides out. This is, you know, this isn't stamping, but I'm using my paper, my designer paper, and I'm making another little home decor item. My glue is not quite dry underneath there, or maybe it's the paint causing it, but I'll be a little more careful. I'm trying to hurry. Shouldn't always try and be in a hurry when you're on video, but sometimes that's what you gotta do so that it doesn't take all day. And I don't want to take all day for you guys, so I'm gonna trim it up. I'm gonna put you back on pause while I trim it up some more, and I'll be back. I'm just gonna show you what I'm doing now. As I'm trying to clean this up, I got my X-Acto knife, and I'm just following the contour of the letters by flipping it over, because we want to get most of this overhang paper off, so that when we get our sanding block on, or our sandpaper, we don't have very much to scrape off, because we've gotten it all off. You could try and do it while this stuff is, this extra is still on there, but I feel that the more we can get off, the easier the sanding part is going to be. So let me finish up, and I'll be back. So we're just going to go around the edges. And then this will pull off all the little flinklets that are stuck on there from where we cut it. And we just want to go, whoops, you don't want to go too rough, Jill. Let me get my sandpaper, see how that works. My sanding block's a little old. And then you just want to go around the edges, and that's all that you're going to do. You're going to get all the little excess paper pieces off. From where you cut it off. See, I got some here. Let's see if I can get those off. I'll fold my sandpaper up and get it in there. And just like so. It roughs around the edge for you and fixes your pieces you got hanging off. So again, I'm going to pause you while I work on this, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm still working on it. If you get a spot like this one where I got a little bit of the glue on the outside of the letters, go ahead and use your goober remover, and it'll help take that off. But I'm still just kind of going around the perimeter with my sandpaper. You want to go away from, like downward away from your project, so that you don't you're essentially like tearing off the little bits that are left on there. So you want to make sure going away from it is going to tear it downward and not rip it back up like I did over here. I was able to salvage a little bit of that. Now that I'm back over here, I'm messing it up. So leave it alone, Joe. But I just wanted to come back and show you guys. I'm still just going along. And you may want to give it more time to dry than I did, because you guys know I didn't really give it a lot of time to dry. I'm feeling a little bit of the underneath glue or paint. Anybody that's done this before with these wood items, it looks like all my paint is sucking in. So I don't know if you need spray paint. I would welcome some tips there on what to use to get the paint to stay. But for now, I'm going to get another piece of sandpaper and I'll be back. Alright, I'm winding down on my sanding of the main image. I got another kind of fine corner here that I couldn't get the paper off real good with the X-Acto knife, so just gotta get the paper in there and go downward to get all the cut edges off. There must be another one right there. Well, it really doesn't take too long, depends how much of a perfectionist you are. And I know, I should stick with card making, but sometimes you get to see all those fun things on Pinterest and you want to give something a try. And I was at the dollar store for a couple things and I keep seeing all these fun projects and I just got to give them a try. And so I did. And one day when I have my shelf behind me for my videos, I will put this kind of stuff on there. But anybody who does this, let me know. Do I have to seal this first? Why is my white paint not showing up? But I don't mind that it's not white. I just thought it would be cuter white. And then to finish it off, I'm just going to rough over it just a smidge. Like so. Whoops, and tear off some of the, I'll glue that down, but I'm going to just go over it with the sandpaper to rough it up just a little bit. Like so. And let's see, we'll put a little bit of green glue down there for that. I didn't want to peel that big of a piece off. Like that. Glue that back down and we're good to go. So there you go, guys. You can't really see it, but it'll hang up there. And so there's another little decor piece that you can make in no time for $1. Let's see, if the paint would have worked for me, that was $1. The paintbrushes were $1. And so you got, what, $3 invested into a cute little something to put up. If you work in an office, you could stand it up on your desk, you could hang it in your cubicle, all kinds of fun stuff. So thanks for watching. Okay, I'm back, and I just wanted to let you know I checked with my friend who is the queen of all these crafty things that sparks my I can do thatness. Michelle, she said for the paint that my paint is going to just soak into this. I need a better paint than the probably the dollar store paint that I got. And she suggested a chalk paint. So if you are into making these types of items, you might already know that, but otherwise, if you're kind of new like me, you would want to get something nicer and like the chalk paint to cover this. I'm going to call it cardboard, MDF board. I'm not exactly sure what it's made out of, but you'd want to get a nicer paint. So there's that. And I just wanted to insert that in here for you. Thanks. So there you have it, guys. And I'm going to tell you, the craftier you are, the easier that will be. I haven't done a project like this in forever. It was fun, and the longer I worked at it, the better it got, and I learned a few things along the way. But I wanted to show you, just get out of our comfort zone a little bit and do something different. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you again.